David. Hey, there you are. Welcome into PSP Primetime. My name is Dallas Hansen alongside Bryce Gunick. Bryce, we made it. You had a flat tire, but we're alive and well. It's still cold out there.
She's a little chilly, DH. Ooh.
The best part about it being wintertime is it's basketball season. We are back. How excited are you?
Oh, I'm so excited. We're going to try and get a little bit of each class, a little bit of each division, and information for everyone tonight. We're not going to cover it all. If we did that, we'd probably be here till about midnight. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to listen to me that long, Dallas.
I would. Before we get into this, we want to make sure everybody knows these are just our personal picks, no preferences, nothing like that. But something we do pick, and we want to make sure you do have a preference, are our sponsors for tonight. Number one, Magic City Home Leisure. It is time to bring a spa to your home. Stop into Magic City Home Leisure on South Broadway, and you will find a massive inventory and the next level sales team that can help you find the perfect spa, sauna, or game for your rec room. It's Magic City Home Leisure. Perfect time for a hot tub with the cold weather here. And how about Spas Etc.? It's time to bring a spa to your home. Stop into Spas Etc. and you will find a massive inventory and a next level sales team that you can help find that next perfect spa, sauna, or game for your rec room. It's Spas Etc. and AECM Construction Management, General Contracting. Build better with AECM. They build with precision and safety with a hands-on approach. Call Tim today, 701-818-0099, or head online to aeconstructionmanagement.com. All right, Bryce, it's time. In the great state of North Dakota, your new home for all North Dakota sports right now is PSP Network. Tonight we're going to have some stories, some brightest stars, some boldest takes, all in North Dakota basketball. And let's start it off here with our polls. And again, these have already changed. We saw night one. How about South Prairie Max? They travel down to Carrington, and Carrington puts up a heck of a fight.
Yeah, what a game that was. What a win for Carrington, a statement win. You get number one right away. And how about a win on their home floor there to start off high school basketball in the state of North Dakota?
Let's take a quick look now at our Class B girls poll. You see Benson County at 1. How about Berthold, who went on a heck of a run last year? And Tioga Pirates, who opened up last night against Watford City. They had a nice win in Watford. By the way, Watford City, very underrated gym. That might be one of the best gyms in North Dakota. But the Lady Pirates pick up a big W and now find themselves in the top 5.
I know you're going to talk Tioga a little bit, so I'm not going to say too much. But I liked Berthold a lot this year. They're right back up there at the top of the poll. I'm going to talk to you, get you a little familiar with Maple River. There's a girl out there you need to know. I'm going to talk about Violet Richmond. I'm going to talk about Benson County and Aubrey Kenner. So I'm going to educate it a little bit on some of these schools that maybe a lot of people don't know of the talent out there and on that direction out east.
Well, a team that is receiving votes, Kenmare Bowbells, the Honkers, they lost last night to Class A, South Prairie Max Royals, which was a tight game until rather late in the fourth when the Royals kind of pulled away a little bit. Royals now 1-1. But that's a tough place to play in Kenmare and Mike Zimmer. They got second last year. They were runner-up at state, and the Honkers are going to be a team to watch out for.
Yeah, Kenmare's got this youth coming.
Yeah.
They had 3 off-worths on the court.
Twins.
Twins, and it's trying to keep up with who's who out there, and they've got that youth movement coming in. It's going to take them some time, and they're going to have to gel and get acquainted with each other. But Coach Zimmer is the man. He's going to make it happen, and it's just going to take some time.
Let's take a quick look at the boys' preseason media poll right now. You've got Century, number 1. The returning champs find themselves at 1 again. Horace right on their heels at 2. And a very underrated, I'll say it, Bismarck High Demon team, Fargo Davies, number 4. And West Fargo, number 5. That's a very tight race. And there's some other teams in there. Dickinson receiving votes. Mandan, who's going to be very good. But what do you think about that top 5?
I think it's pretty accurate to start. I think Dickinson, you could probably make an argument that they could be in that top 5.
Yeah.
I know it's a team that you really like. I think Mandan might surprise some people with their talent that they have. You see a couple of East teams there. It's going to be very interesting to see. I've talked about Fargo Davies without Claybo and see what they are going to look like. Horace is loaded with talent. Wait till you see them this season. They're going to be the talk of the east side of the state.
Now leading into our players to watch, we got to take a quick look at the AA girls poll right now. Minot High, the Majettes, number 1, coming in. A little bit of an interesting year. Last year they lost Maggie Fricky early on and a couple other key components, but this season they're all back. We're not sure if Maggie Fricke's going to start off in game 1, but you still have the all-time scoring leader that is Lily Bell. And then you have Horace at 2, Century 3, Fargo Davies 4, Shanley 5. And don't forget about Legacy. They've been receiving votes as well. But what do you see in that top 5 for girls?
There's a lot of talent in AA girls hoops. I'm very excited. Just those 6 teams right there, loaded with talent. You know, you got the defending champs with Horace. Lake and Donnelly's back. You know we can't go a segment without me talking about her. I just can't do it. I'm going to talk a little Lake and Donnelly. I'm really excited to see Century with their youth coming in, the 2 freshmen coming in with that mix, that older group that went to a state title game, that ran through that WDA and competed so well at the WDA tournament. And I don't know if there's been this caliber of talent in AA girls hoops, maybe ever, perhaps.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say, actually. We've been very fortunate in the great state of North Dakota to have a lot of good basketball players, but you just get the feeling, Bryce, to tail off what you said. These are some of the best female athletes of all time that we've had, in particular Lily Bell, who we mentioned. She's going to play basketball at Oklahoma. Boomer Sooner, Lily. Shout out to Lily Bell. But it's not just the Lily Bell show. There are some other fantastic female athletes in this great state. So who are some players to watch in girls hoops?
I'm going to start on the Class B side.
I'm
gonna give you a little player, and then I'm going to talk about the team a little bit. I start out with Violet Richmond. They are Maple River. They're out of District 1, Region 1. Nathan Hoots, that head coach, they were 19-7 last season. She is a highlight reel. She averages over 18 points per game, a lot of talent. My belief is she's a first-team All-Stater. I think she is. I think she is this season. She's going to elevate her team. This is a team with some really great guard play. Got a lot of quickness. Maybe the rebounding and the size is going to be a little bit of an issue for them this season. But a team to watch and a player to watch. Violet Richmond, Maple River. Switching, going to Lewis and Clark Berthold.
That's big.
I was on them last year.
Me too.
I think they were picked preseason like 6 in the district. I said, this is not right. I said, I like Berthold to win that district and represent and move on out of the region into the state tournament. They were terrific. They got that 3rd place finish last season. Denver, Deaver, guy I love talking to, head coach, does such a great job with this group. Addison Nesham is the name to know. She is the name. She is a do-it-everything guard for this team. She averaged north of about 20 points per game last season. Don't forget, how about this number? 108 steals on the season. She's a great defender. The quickness of this team, kind of like Maple River, it's going to be falling this way. They're going to be quick. The guard play is really good. They're going to struggle with some size and kind of rebounding, kind of the same. That you'll kind of notice it's kind of a trend in the state and with the same teams. I think they're going to be lacking some rebounding and some size, but they got the guard play. Another one, Benson County. I'm going to go to Aubrey Kenner, 5'8", senior. She is a name you got to know. The defending state champions, head coach Brian Kenner. They are going to play fast. They are going to cause havoc. They're going to cause turnovers. I believe Aubrey Kenner, she was north of 19 points per game last season. She is going to elevate that even more this season. Look for her to be an all-state mention as well. I'm going to switch up. I'll give you a couple more here.
Okay.
I'm going to go to Kindred. Ooh. Sierra Nipstead.
Oh.
This is a story. She averaged north of 26 points per game last year. Kindred, they're out of Region 1. They're stuck in their Valley City. Valley City's there. That's tough. You know, we know what Valley City is bringing to the table. They're at top of that poll in Class A. They're defending state champs. They're looking the part. Already a big win over Devil's Lake to start the year already, so they're going to be tough. But she is explosive off the dribble. 135 steals with her. She's a pesky defender.
Sounds like Steve Nash.
Yeah, she really does. Something kind of to note here. The Kindred team has 9 players. So they have 9. They have 9. Okay. So that's going to be very interesting. Depth's going to be a question in that, and how many players, just having 9 players, you're not playing a JV team, you just have that varsity team. So it's going to be very interesting if there's someone who can do it and figure it out. It is Sam Brandt. Yes, she's a good friend of mine, but she can figure it out. I'm looking forward to seeing what Sierra Nipstead can bring to the table.
I like all those picks, but when we were talking about when we were going to do this show, Bryce, there's something I can't get out of my mind, and it's making me lose sleep at night. And it's this interesting story with the Minot High Majettes, okay? Maggie Fricke turns out to be one of the best 8th graders, maybe per se of all time. She comes out, plays for Coach Schwartz, has this great 8th grade season. Lily Bell's also in that mix. They have some other great players. They win state as 8th graders. Okay, if you're a Majettes fan, we're going to go back to back to back to back. You know, this is going to be like LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, Chris Bosh. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5. Okay, well, hold the phone. All of a sudden, the game of basketball says, not so fast, Majettes. And now they find themselves as seniors. And Lily Bell is a senior. Maggie Fricke's a senior. Eve Knutson, who just signed with the Williston State College Tetons, she's a senior. So now you have this unique group. And I was thinking about this, and I had Coach Schwartz on the podcast, and he was talking about this too. And I think on the front of their jerseys, they should just have this thing that says, no fear, play free. No fear, play free. Because they're kind of playing with house money now. The pressure is off. This is now your last dance. This is the time you can go out. This is the time you can play hard. And guess what? They're all healthy. Maggie Fricke's coming back off a knee injury. Lily Bell's going to give you Lily Bell. I think Eve Knutson's going to have a great year. I think Deshaw is a very underrated player. Absolutely. I really like Everett Deshaw. And some of those pieces that Coach Schwartz is going to be able to gel together, I think Minot High and the Majettes will be just fine. So they're my early on pick in AA. But now let's talk about the Century Lady Patriots.
Oh,
I was at the game last season. Bryce, this is one of my favorite stories to tell of all basketball. We're at Williston High School. Williston High School girls basketball has been down. They're now back up. Jacob Broughton and them have done a great job.
Correct.
But Century Patriots come in thinking, we're going to blow these girls out. Well, this is Williston. They didn't. And everybody in Century was thinking, oh no, we're going to have a down year. Well, guess what? After that game, Coach Wellstead got the girls, and they went on to get runner-up at state. I mean, this was a team that went on the run of all runs. The Century Lady Patriots, one of my favorite players, Abby Foslin, phenomenal. Back to the basket player, kind of a lost art. The way Abby Foslin plays with her back to the basket is fantastic, and I really, really like Century Patriots. And there's a player, Bryce, that I want to talk about, and she's from Four Winds, Minnewacan. I've done my research on her. I've got a very good friend named Steve Keplin. He told me this is his niece, and so I looked her up. Her name is Suri Gord. She's from Four Winds, Minnewacan.
You told me.
I told you about her. As a freshman, this is what Suri Gord put up. As a freshman, 1,000 points. Then she gets up every morning at 5:30 a.m., gets up at least 500 shots. Her dad is the high school coach as well, Sean Gord Sr., and he talks about, hey, if you want to be great, you got to practice great.
You got to
get up in the morning. You got to put up all the shots. So Suri Gord, another player to watch. Four Winds Minnewacan, they've struggled a little bit as a team the last couple years, but that's a team that I think will be on the rise. And then for my Class B girls, I cannot get away from what Mike Zimmer has done with the Cameron Bobels Honkers. I get it. I'm forgetting about the East Side totally. I have a lot of respect for him. But I just, there's one thing that Mike Zimmer can do with these girls' basketball teams, and it's getting them to play well kind of halfway through the season. He gets them to peak at the right time. And when you got a player like Taya Offorth, who's an outstanding player, she plays very well, kind of the 1 through 5 spot. She's one of those players that I think will be that first team All-State style.
Absolutely.
Definitely get region player there. And then she's got her twin sisters, the Offorths. They're freshmen, they're twins. I mean, this is like a storybook movie. And then you've got, I got to talk about the Tioga Lady Pirates and a player that doesn't get talked about a lot. Her name is Cheryl Hayes. And Cheryl Hayes, 1,000-point scorer, had an older sister. Her dad is a big-time basketball guy. But those Tioga Lady Pirates under first-year head coach Pat Alberts, who was coaching the boys, now he finds himself the girls' head coach. I think the Lady Pirates, they've never been able to get over that hump of the Cameron Bobels Honkers in that that's a tough region.
It is.
And will this be the year? Cheryl's last dance. Cheryl's a senior. She's got to lead this team. I think Coach Alberts is fantastic. He's a great guy, good friend, and I hope that the Lady Pirates, that's going to be a fun game, fun region to watch. We'll have a few of those games as well. And then I got to give a shout out. I'm from Divide County. There's a young player out there.
All right,
There's a young player for Divide County. You need, if you're a college scout, if you're anybody out there, look up Journey Werman. Look up Journey Werman. She started since she was a 7th grader.
I'm going to write it down.
Journey Werman. Her name is spelled different. It's
I'm going to write it down.
Jurnee Werman, Werman. As a freshman, she's now a freshman. Last year, as an 8th grader, 15 points per game. She had 51 steals, 37 assists, and she hit 47 threes. Journey Werman's going to be a player to watch. She's also a fantastic track athlete. So that's my pick for the girls. Thoughts? Did we do okay?
Yeah, we did okay. And as we get into maybe a little more team-wise, on this too, Lakin Donnelly, she's back. She's better. Yeah. She's going to have a superb season. She's just a sophomore.
Just a sophomore.
She's just
Talk
a sophomore.
About young players.
I mean, what she's going to bring to the table, I think she can get north of, I think she can flirt with 27 to 30 a night. I really do.
1,000%.
I think her shooting's elevated. She can get in the lane. She can score. She scores at every level. I mean, it's just, like I said, get back to the talent part of AA. And then the other story, you talked about Century. It's the freshman coming in. It is Kinley Thornton and it is Kaylee Wellstead. I'm telling you, this is going to be a story. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to do it, but I'm gonna say it.
Do it.
I think it can be on a Lily Freaky type level. I think these girls, what they're going to bring to the program throughout these years. I mean, they're already bringing in big time offers like South Dakota, NDSU.
Already,
I mean, they're already there.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to put it out of pressure. They haven't even played a varsity game.
Right.
And I'm talking like this. I know what I'm saying. Like, I get it. I know it's coming out of my mouth.
Yeah.
I do. I think it's going to be one of the stories of the year, and what these two bring to an already experienced group. Foslin, and I mean, they have such a good group there that they've established. They compete. I remember that. I mean, because I think it's that caliber. I really do.
Well, Nate Wellstead, I went down there this past summer to do some podcasts, and Nate was talking about how tight knit this group is. And how they were getting ready for volleyball because they're a fantastic volleyball team as well. But basketball, it's just, and I know Zoe Austin, their leading scorer, she's gone, so someone else is going to have to score the basketball. But it's going to be a fun year here for girls basketball, and that was some of our players to watch and team to watch. Should we talk a little boys side of things?
We watched, let's do a little boys.
Some boys? Yep. Okay. So the boys side of things, a couple different factors. Obviously, let's start off with AA. Century Patriots won it. It was they won the WDA in a dramatic fashion on a free throw, which was wild. And then Coach Mattern and the boys go to the Fargo Dome, and they get it done there against a very tough team, and Mason Claiborne in the crew. But what do you see this year happening in players to watch and teams to watch in AA basketball?
So AA, I'm going to start out east. I'm going to give the east side. I'm giving you a little love. Try to educate a little of us out west on the east. Kyson Keller is the name to know. West Fargo Cheyenne. Yes, they were 8-6 last season. Coach Brandt, I'm sorry I'm bringing that up in the air, but I got to bring the facts out. I do. 8-16 last season. Keller is one of the most underrated players in the state of North Dakota. He has the size. He's very long. He's extremely athletic, 6'5", shoots it well. One of the best offensive rebounders, I think, in AA. I think he's that caliber. I think he's going to be north of a 20-point per game scorer for this team. I like Cheyenne. Some good experience coming back for them. They went through that little lull last season, kind of a hangover after that state title. Lost a lot of guys. And I like Cheyenne to get back into the mix and get a state title, get a state tournament berth out of the East. Remember that name? Did you write that down? No. Some other guys, I know you're going to talk about him a little bit. I know you will. The Northern State commit, Camden Kramer. I think he kind of flies under the radar.
He's nasty
with that team.
I love that kid.
He's about a 12-point per game scorer. He's tremendously quick. His quickness just jumps off the page. Kid who shoots it well. He's going to handle all those point guard duties for this team. And, I mean, how about the talent they have to be able to distribute to some of those guys that they have there with Kralik, and you've got Nisley. And, I mean, Kinnebrew. I mean, that's going to be I think he flies under the radar. Remember, Camden, I'd like him to have a big, big year for this season. Another name I'm going to throw out, we're going to look at Baco. Brooks Baco out of Kindred, maybe the premier athlete in the state of North Dakota high school basketball. This guy has a Michigan football offer on the table.
Notre Dame too.
Not Notre Dame. That was Luke Starcevic.
Luke Starcevic,
and he's out for the season for this team. So let's put this in perspective. And I know it's preseason, but we talk polls. We're the media. We're talking about it. They've got Kindred 1.
Yeah.
So they've lost Starcevic, who's a big, he's physical, he's down in the paint, he rebounds well, protects the rim, does a lot of good things for his team. They've got one starter back.
Right.
And it's Baco.
Right.
So there's a lot of turnaround. and they say, hey, a lot of people are saying, hey, I still like Kindred 1. So that says a lot. Baco's going to have a big year. Just another freak athlete. Long wingspan, good rim protector. Look for him to elevate everything he's doing this year for Kindred as well.
I like all those picks. There's a player that last year I was at the gym early on talking to a good source. All sources are unnamed, by the way. If you see us at a game, we won't name you. But I got to talk about him because last winter there's a lot of hype with him, and his hype came a little bit. But he was playing with his older brother, Andre. I'm talking about Kalik Austin from Bismarck High. Watching this kid play throughout the season, he only got better and better and better. And now that his older brother, Andre, is gone, who went to play at University of Mary, I feel like this Bismarck High team, the basketball, is now his. And I'm talking about Trace Eaglestaff style numbers with this Kalik kid. He's got the outside shot. But have you ever heard the term when somebody's going towards the rim, it's like they're running downhill? That's how this kid is. Very, very, very tough. He's a rim protector as well on defense, but Kalik's game, it always seems to get better. Every game he gets better. Every time he touches the basketball, he's trying to improve. And he's another one of those kids where he's first one in, last one out of the gym. So that's a player you got to watch for Bismarck High. I know he's starting to get some recognition on some of like the top like Twitter stuff and Facebook stuff, but Kalik Austin, not enough in my mind. He's a fantastic player. And we got to talk about Gibson, look out below. Kinnebrew. I mean, the high flyer.
I knew it was coming.
One of my favorite guys to talk to about basketball is Darren Matter, the head coach at Century. And we were talking about him like, Gibby Kinnebrew, what's he like? You know, is he kind of flamboyant? What's the story? Because he's got it all. Yeah. I mean, the Kinnebrew family, known for basketball. Interesting stat about them, all four of the daughters and sons have won a state championship now, which is an insane stat. His three older sisters and now Gibson have won. So that's insane in my mind. But Gibson Kinnebrew, another one, first one in the gym, last one out. He's a very hard worker, and that's what separates him from, he's kind of one of those guys, what separates him from the boys and the men. He's a man out there. I mean, not only can he dunk, but one thing I'm looking for Gibson this year, Bryce, that I really want to see is how is his mid-range to outside shooting? How has it gone? Has it improved? Is it getting any better? Or will he just stay in the paint? But will he be like a stretch 4, stretch 3 maybe? We'll see in that Mattern offense. And then you nailed it. I got to talk Garrett Nisley as well, who was playing for the Century Patriots, a very improved player. I've been told everybody knows the Nisley family, you can shoot the basketball. Logan's playing for Nebraska, one of the best female athletes to ever come out of the state. But Garrett, we knew he was a great shooter. Defensively, I've been told, has improved tremendously. He's went from like a 75 to right around the 90 area for very good defense. And then my guy, the glue for Century, Camden Kramer. Talk about kids.
See, you're out, yeah.
I love this kid.
Copy my note.
He's small, but he's got the heart of a lion, and that's what makes it fun for me. And he's one of those kids where he's kind of the glue. So where he does these things that might not show up on a stat sheet, like making the extra pass or picking up a guy on defense. That's Camden Kramer, and that's what makes him great. And then the Dickinson Mavericks. That's right. They're switching their nickname. They're now the Mavericks. Boston Cranston. He's the human microwave. This kid can heat up at any time. He's a lefty. His dad was a great coach at Watford City, so he's got that basketball genetics. His older brother's playing for Dickinson State with Eric Winchesky. Might not high drop there. But
you got something else I'm going to write down.
Okay.
See, gosh.
But I like Boston Cranston a lot. I like that Dickinson Maverick team a lot. They're kind of my dark horse this year. Flying under the radar a little bit. They got the Wolf kid who's 6'4", can step outside, shoot threes. Tatum, the bull, Bollinger. The kid rides bulls for heck's sake during the summer. So you gotta like a kid with toughness like that. And then you haven't touched on Class B, but can I start out Class B? Is that okay? I can't contain myself. There's a town in northwest North Dakota called Ray, R-A-Y. And they are the Jays.
Oh, boy.
And in high school, they were my arch nemesis. Divide County Ray did not get along. But guess what? High school's over. I'm all bought in on the Ray Jays. And they've got a kid by the name of Ty Barman. And this kid is a freak. I mean freak. He's an absolute basketball wizard. He can jump out of the gym. Last year as an 8th grader, averaged just around 20 points. He also had... So he almost averaged a double-double. 20 points, 8 rebounds. He had 81 steals as an 8th grader. 34 blocks and hit 31 threes. They finished last year 17-6, but it's not just the Ty Barman show, who just got an offer from the University of Minnesota, by the way.
I was just going to say it. God,
for football. He might be
Twitter and your X knowledge.
I'm all over it.
I got to elevate.
It's not just the Ty Barman show, though. It's Bergstrom, Signer, Jace Becker, Parizek, Cooper Hayes transferred from Tauga. So the Ray Jays, they're in a very tight region with our Redeemers and Mo Hall, who is very good. But Ray Jays, Coach Bergstrom, Arlie Larson, the assistant, I mean, they've got something brewing up in Ray. I got to say it for free. Ty Barman, though, he's just now a freshman. Watch this kid. Watch this kid if you want to watch good basketball. Go ahead, Bryce.
I wanted to talk Ray. I knew you were going to do it. I knew it was coming. A little later here after a break, I'm going to talk a little bit more about District 6, Region 3. It's a basketball podcast. You know I'm going to talk class with that District 6, that Region 3. It's going to be really good again, too. And I think there's a couple teams even being slept on. Even a team like Bishop Ryan, they're bringing back some good talent still. And they're kind of hovering around that top 10 ranking. And Isaac Strandling there, and you've got Hayden Say, and you still got Jack Pace. There's a lot of talent, but I'll save that for after the break. For I got a little segment I got to fill up, so don't let me get started on that yet.
Well, I appreciate you joining us tonight on PSP Primetime. My name is Dallas Sands, alongside Bryce Gutnick. Here are some sponsors for tonight. Thank you for joining us.
Magic City Home Leisure is excited to introduce the fabulous addition of the Master Spas line, including the phenomenal Michael Phelps Swim Spas. Enjoy the relaxing health benefits and enjoy 0% financing up to 72 months or up to $5,000 off on all spas. You'll also find $2,000 off the MSRP on all pools, swim spas, and saunas. Come see for yourself the outstanding lineup of Master Spas, including the Michael Phelps Swim Spas, exclusively at Magic City Home Leisure.
AE Construction Management and General Contracting builds more than structures. They build confidence. Your trusted partner in commercial construction across North Dakota, they handle everything from planning to final delivery. Whether it's steel, industrial, or retail, AECM builds with precision and safety. Their hands-on approach keeps your project on time and on budget. Build better with AECM. Call Tim at 701-818-0099 or visit aeconstructionmanagement.com.
Every football fan has their Sunday routine. Maybe it's setting your lineup, firing up the grill, or claiming your spot on the couch. But the center of every Sunday is the drive. The morning drive home before kickoff. The drive to your buddy's watch party. Wherever you're headed, we can take you there.
Spas Etc. is excited to introduce the addition of the Master Spas line, including the Michael Phelps Swim Spas. Enjoy the relaxing health benefits and enjoy 0% financing up to 72 months or up to $5,000 off on all spas and swim spas. You'll also find $2,000 off the MSRP on all pools and saunas. Come check out the outstanding lineup of Master Spas at Spas Etc.
Our initial reaction when we realized he had 2 broken bones was fear. Then once we realized and got a plan with Trinity and our doctor, a lot of comfort.
He told me that he can fix my arm, and he showed me a lot of stuff that he could do to help me.
Trinity Health Orthopedics is as good as you can find anywhere in the country. A lot of us take pride in that, and that's why we stay here and we keep doing what we do.
Trinity Health, making more possible.
Well, it's cold outside, but it's nice and warm here in the PSP studio. Thank you for joining us on our first ever PSP Primetime. We'll be doing these every Wednesday night, 7:30, and we're going to have, coming forward, we're going to have some live interviews with coaches, players, everything and more. Next week, we're going to have Isaac Sundrell on, the head coach for the Velva Boys high school basketball team, which is going to be fun, and a lot of good upcoming guests. I'm hearing rumblings of Phil Jackson.
I don't know about that. I don't know if they...
I wish. That would be awesome.
I mean, I can give him a call, but I don't know.
He might be stuck.
He might be
Montana.
laughing at me.
I know. That's a wish. But Bryce, we talked a little bit about our favorite teams and some of our players to watch, but hit us with your final adjustment when it comes to the girls' side of things of who you like to chase a state championship.
What about legacy?
I know.
We didn't even talk
Marley
about
Falcon.
Bismarck legacy. I
What
know.
are we doing?
Yeah, Coach Jim Petrick, the job he's done there. Marley Falcon, double machine. She was north of 16 points and 10 rebounds last season.
Yeah.
She is a shooter. She can guard. The name there that I'm really interested to see how she develops is Sadie Holler.
Yes.
She's in the post.
Yes.
She was kind of finding her way in the WDA tournament and onto that state tournament. She performed very well for this team. Great size. I believe she's about 6'3". Really controls the paint well. Very good rebounder. You got Sammy Watson there too.
Yes.
She's a great shooter. She can score. I look for her to contribute more offensively for this team. But you're in the gauntlet. You're in the West with Century, and you've got Monon High, and it's gonna just be a dogfight there for them. And but don't sleep on Legacy. I like Legacy a lot. And the other team that I feel like maybe no one's talking about, and they came out of nowhere last season. They made the state tournament, and it's Class A. It's Region 3. It's rugby.
Yeah.
I like
head coach.
Jennifer Brozart. She's down on all fours on the court, slapping the court. I'm just like, I feel like I'd break my hand doing that, or I wouldn't get up. I feel like something would happen,
Yeah.
and I would injure myself. And she's on there. She's got a whole different level of intensity. The girls buy into it. She's got a young group. What they did last year, they knock off South Prairie in that game. They make their way to the state title. I know they state tournament. Sorry. Finished 8th, but it was quite the achievement and what a thing they did there. Jennifer Brozart, she is one of the best in the business. The name to know is Avery Sancher. She's a young talent for them. Remember her, she's just a freshman. She's going to be tremendous this season. She's going to elevate her game. I'm telling you, she's going to be a double-figure scorer and heavily involved with what rugby's doing.
Nice picks.
All right,
Those were
thanks.
good.
All
Those
right.
were really good. I mean,
All right.
You guys can't see on camera. This guy's got 6 full
I feel like
sheets of
Chuck
paper.
Claremont.
Shout out to Chuck
Shout out
Claremont.
to Chuck.
Well, there's a guy by the name of John Cole, and he's been waiting a long time for a Lady Coyote basketball team like they have right now, and that's Williston, the Lady Coyotes. Last year kind of came out of nowhere. We knew they were going to be okay, but how good were they going to be? Well, let me tell you, they were really good. Made a run at the WDA, and under second-year head coach Jacob Broughton, I really like what he's done. He coached boys against me actually a little bit at Trinity Christian, flops over to the Williston High girls, and he's really brought this program back to life. I mean, you got players like Allie Wilcox, who's phenomenal. Got to talk about Klumker. She's arguably the best slashing guard in the WDA. And then you got the super sophomores that are Alex and Avery Ostrom.
Yes.
Fun players to watch. Really like the Ostrom twins. I'm missing a few girls there, but this squad, this is what I like about the Lady Coyotes. They work hard and they never give up. And when you have a team like that, the chances of you winning, losing, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. They just want a shot at the end of the year. And that's what kind of teams make great. And that's what kind of teams peak at the right time. So I really like the Lady Coyotes, a team that can be dangerous out of the AA. How about for Class A? Well, we're very close, the PSP headquarters, the mothership here, to South Prairie. So we got to talk a little bit about South Prairie. The South Prairie Max Royals, I watched them last night. I watched them their first game too. Listen, I don't care what anybody says on Facebook or the internet. When you have a week to practice, because the volleyball, basketball,
And that was,
overlap.
that
is very tough. That is very tough. Okay, I get it. The girls play all summer, but when you get in volleyball shape and you try to get in basketball shape, that's two different things. Now that is two different beasts. Now that is not an excuse for their loss at Carrington. Carrington played better. Let's just be honest. Carrington played a whale of a basketball game. But I'm saying when those two teams meet up at the end of the season, it might be a little bit different. So South Prairie Max, a team when you got a player like, let's just talk about Brianna Rose, who is another glue player. She transfers over from Tauga, finds herself in a very nice role where she plays kind of the 3-4 spot. Brianna Rose, a player to watch. How about Scotty Beck?
Yeah.
Scotty Beck is phenomenal to watch. She's now signed on at Minot State University. She's one of those players, Bryce, that can step outside and hit a three, and she can also pump fake you and go towards the hoop.
Absolutely.
Really like watching Scotty Beck play. And then you've got Rutledge, who's so good, signed on with NDSU as a junior. I mean, really good. That's what they said last night. Shout out to Jonas Nelson. He was on the call. So Jonas Nelson, good job. And then they got Maya Gunville, who's also good. And how about our first-year guy, Corey McIver, now the head coach. This team went 26-2 last year, people. They're going to be very good. Give them a little time, okay? Patience is a virtue with basketball. Give them a little time. They're going to be just fine. And then my B pick, I mean, Shiloh Christian, the Skyhawks. We're talking about a team under Ben C. I got to give this.
Let me get ready here. All right.
Hey, here
I'm
we
ready.
go. Coach Seifert does a very unique thing with his basketball teams. And when you've got all these different zones, all this different man, all these different things coaches can do, he's one of those guys that sticks to the basics. I like those kind of people. When you got a player like Sophia Herringer, 15 points per game, Macy Thompson, another nice player. Watch out for Shiloh Christian. They're going to be a good team. And I'm sorry, everybody back home, my Class B pick, I'm not shying away. I'm going with Kenmare Bowbells, the Honkers, Taya Offforth, a player that doesn't get enough recognition. Anna Peterson, one of the best hustle players in the state. She does all those, like diving after basketballs, saving it, doing everything. McKenna Mau's very good. Hedberg's good. And then you got the two Offworth girls, Kenna and Kylie, twins, freshmen. Watch out. All right, now let's go boys side of things. Teams you're watching.
I'm going to go on, as we finish out this segment, I'm going to finish with Hankinson.
Okay.
I know Owen talked Hankinson during football a little bit. I was like, I got to gain some more knowledge about Hankinson because I know the team and I know a guy named Rayshawn Earl.
Very good.
And what he could do on the football field. And I knew a little bit basketball, the talent he was, okay? This senior's back. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say this again.
Our first
I
quote.
think he can score north of 30. I think he can. I think he's that kind of guy. He can do it all. He finishes at the rim. He's an elite shooter. I know last year he was around 27, don't quote me on that, about 27, 26 points per game.
He was really good. Yeah.
I think he can go north of 30.
Yeah.
I think he's that kind of talent. I think Hankinson is going to play a lot of guys. I think they're very deep, a lot of quickness, a lot of guard play on this team. I think they're going to get out in transition, try and get some easy buckets. Earl's going to be at the focal point of that. I think he's going to have a huge year. I really like their chances of getting back to the state tournament. The other one I want to go, I'm going to pivot a little, and I think it's out of Region 3, boys, A, and I think it's Botno. I like what Botno did at the end of the year last season. I like Coach Kevin St. Clair. They were just 12-13. They lost in the state qualifying game. They battled and that little run they went on last year, I think it can carry over. We saw what they did on the football field.
Yes,
they've never been in a state title game.
Yeah.
I like this team. I love Marham.
Emerson.
We saw Marham at I was down at the sideline and this kid was getting hit at the quarterback position. He was running. He is gritty. He is a tough kid. I think he's going to elevate his game. 12 points per game last season. I see him north 16-18. Another team, a lot of seniors coming back. A lot of seniors that played. So there's a lot of experience on this team. Look out for Botno, Region 3 boys. I'm telling you, I like this team. I like Coach Sinclair. I think they can turn some heads.
Yeah, I'm with you. And to start off with some of the teams I like, and you talked a little bit about A, so I'll talk a little bit about A. There's a town outside of Bismarck where they mine, and it's called the Beulah Miners.
Oh, yeah.
They're mining for state championships. I'm telling you what, the Sherrado boys are back. Their dad is the head coach also, and they're one of these teams that's always been on the cusp. We're almost there. We're going to be there next year. Well, now guess what? This is the year. You've got, like we talked about, Braylon and Bryson Sherrado, fantastic. 18-9 last year, and they have a coaching staff that knows how to get them to the right spots. And I'm talking about Sherrado, but Cody Nelson, their assistant coach, won a state championship with now the guy who's now the head coach at Minot High, Jeremy Brandt. So when you've got that type of mix and you know what it takes to win, man, and then they got this kid named Bennett Larson who's 6'6". I mean, this guy might be able to he might be able to mine a mine of his own. I mean, this kid's a monster out there. So Bennett Larson for the Beulah Miners. I think Beulah's going to make a nice run at a state tournament. I'm not sure. Like I said, this is very early, so this is tough to pick, but I really like the Beulah Miners and their preseason roster. And then, Bryce, I know we're talking a little bit of B, but
see how you finish here. Here we go.
The Our Redeemer Knights. The Our Redeemer Knights. I did a podcast with Brock Tietz, their head coach, and I had never met Coach Tietz before. And we're sitting at half court of the gymnasium right after practice, right before they're going into a state tournament. And it was one of the most fun conversations I've ever had. I mean, this guy is so knowledgeable, and he's so in-depth with his players. And then I was on the radio call, And to watch when they were in that battle with Bishop Ryan, and I was watching Coach Teets, and his face never changed. The
same demeanor.
Very cool, calm, collected. That's the kind of coach that can win a state championship. And I mean, listen to this junior they have coming back. Nolan Schmidt, who is fantastic. Wyatt Weekly's just a junior. Are you kidding me? He should be playing college basketball by now. Wyatt Weekly's fantastic. This team last year was 25-3. I expect them to be right in the state championship game. But a very tough region as well. Go ahead, Bryce.
Always. Yeah, and once again, I'm going to talk about it. I know, I'm going to get to it, but ORCS, I love Schmidt. And Weekly, the jump he took might have been one of the biggest jumps. I kind of compare it to what like Kalik Austin kind of did, like with just elevating and what he did, and like we knew he was going to be better, but I mean this guy just became a killer at the end of these games and finishing games and being the go-to guy. And Ari Demers is going to be preseason one. Yeah, you know, a deep team. Watch out for Limbo. Limbo's. You play with a guy like Weekly, you can kind of go hide in that corner, say, hey, give me that spot up. He's a knockdown shooter. You got to love playing with Weekly. I think Limbo's going to elevate their game. I think they're going to have some nice depth, too, to the Knights as well. I love Coach Teets. If Fiji's, you know, maybe we get him a little NIL money, get some Fiji water to maybe sponsor him. He's a big Fiji water guy. Got to go with the big size there, Coach Teets, but I'm really excited.
How about some of these picks with Double A with the boys side of things? I mean, a team we haven't talked about, Fargo Shanley. They graduate Mason Claybo, one of the best players in the state, but they've got a coach. Fargo Davies, excuse me. Sorry, getting ahead of myself. Bart Manson, a coach's coach, is a phenomenal guy. You got Colin Williams, who's coming back, 6'4", averaged 15 points per game last year. Definitely a nice player. And then listen to this size, Bryce. 6'6", Colton Rinke, 10 points per game. I mean, you got 6'4" and 6'6". You're going to win some basketball games. Bart Manson, like I said, his mind is a basketball genius, so I'm really watching them. And then I got to talk a little bit about the Dickinson Mavericks. Dan Glauser in his 11th year. He's got Boston Cranston coming back, 18 points per game. Dylan Glauser, who's a great outside shooter. Tatum Bollinger. Jordan Daychild is back. And this kid's coming out party last year was in the WDA tournament, and he played so well. So I'm excited to see what Jordan Daychild does here this season. And then 6'4" Cameron Wolf, who is a very, very, very good player. He's like one of those guys that...
He got better and better.
He got so much better. I mean... And he can dunk the basketball, but then he can step out and hit a corner three. And he's 6'4", and kids like that can be dangerous. And my last little pick here of a underdog, Coach Schaefer and the Mandan Braves. Okay? You lose this guy, Hudson Sheldon. We got a picture of Hudson Sheldon up. But you bring guys back like Newt Bukirky and some of these other nice pieces you have. Coach Schaefer, you know, one of those coaches where it seems like towards the end of the year, his teams just get better. And there he is. There's Hudson. This kid was so good. Now he's playing at University of Mary.
Nick's trusting me to run this
I know,
camera,
you're doing
man.
good.
There's a lot of pressure.
And last but not least, I got to give a shout out to Coach Wilhelm Bismarck High. Artie Carlo. Get used to hearing that name. Artie Carlo.
Yes.
One of the better players that's going to be coming out. Naja Boyd, Grant Bieber, and then obviously Kalik Austin. But I really, really think this Demon team, they're going to play that up front, in-your-face defense, also get a bunch of shots up. But it feels like it's different this year. They've got, you know, Andre Austin's gone. I get it. But they've got some of these nice pieces, and you just get the feeling the Demons might be...
Weston Scott.
Yeah, go ahead.
Weston Scott is that guy. He's that Swiss Army knife. He does everything. They missed him last year.
Yeah.
That foot injury. He's back. I think he's the key to Bismarck High's success this season.
Yeah, I agree. And what do you think of Coach Wilhelm's offense? I love it. I think it's fantastic.
I could watch Coach Wilhelm on the sideline all day. I mean, the intensity, his rotation stuff. I know he can get criticized a little bit about it, but I love it. I think it works, and what he does, he sticks to it. He doesn't shy away from it. And I can't say enough about the job he's done there.
Think about the players that have come from Coach Wilhelm. Trayson Eaglestaff, who's now at West Virginia playing for the Mountaineers, not half bad. Andre Austin, who is now playing for University of Mary. I mean, this guy's producing some all-time talent. And then Bismarck High, he has this unique idea of turning the lights down low. Like, you know how they do at a wrestling match, so the only one light? That's how they do it games there. I mean, it's all-time atmosphere. Love going to games at Bismarck High. We'll have Chuck Claremont, Todd Woodmansey. Who am I missing?
Oh, Todd Domry, Scott Woodmansey, Joe Cattell. We're going to have Chuck Claremont out there. I mean, they're all going to... We might get to go out. I don't know, man. Yeah, Woody's
Woody.
gonna be out there, man.
Shout out to Woody.
Games. Shout out to Woody. I know the Bismarck crew's so super excited to bring. I mean, there's so many loaded,
so many good games,
so much talent south of us in Bismarck.
And we'll have all those games and more. All you have to do is subscribe to our YouTube channel, PSP Prime, or PSP Prime, just PSP. We'll have a bunch of games. Also, if you want to check out our scheduled events, go to psp.network. Also, this year we have our brand new branch in Dickinson, North Dakota. Brock Weigel will be out there doing all that sorts of stuff, hockey, basketball. He's a really good voice. He's a very young talent, and make sure you take a listen to Mr. Weigel. And then Owen Patterson, myself, Dallas Hansen, Bryce Gutnick, Nick Holberg, Corey McIver. Who am I missing on that thing?
Tony Mueller. Tony. So we might sneak Holberg in for a few.
We need to get Jonas
We're going to have to call him up. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're here in Minot, we're going to do Class B, Class A, Class AA. A lot of basketball games, by far the most in the state for a broadcast team. And the best part is they're live, and we're going to be ready to go. I'm so stoked.
I'm so ready. I am beyond ready. I'm telling you. We get that nice little break, but we're kind of itching. You're like, text me, like, oh, did you see this? I'm like, I've seen it, and I'm like ready to go. I am going to enjoy some turkey, some mashed potatoes, and all that. I did that. Now it's time to get into hoops.
It's time to get into hoops, and we hope you join us as well. But as for our sponsors tonight, we really appreciate you and everybody at home. Thank you for tuning in tonight on PSP Primetime. Don't forget, next week, same time, same place, a guest, and we're going to have a few players involved too, some player shout-outs. And before we go, my favorite part, it's the BG's top 5. Give us your top 5, my friend.
So these are just stories I'm tracking this season. These are things that are piquing my interest level. It's across all classes, girls and boys. I think there's a very good. It's the hardest thing to do is to repeat. That's what they say. I think there's opportunity across all these classes, girls and boys, for teams to repeat. You look at Century. You got to love Century's odds of doing that, being in the mix. You got to love West Fargo Horace with Lake and Donnelly. They're going to be in the mix out east. Benson County girls, we know what they bring to the table as defending state champs. Valley City, you got Katie Birdshow. I didn't really get much talked about her. She's a double machine there. Valley City, Coach Jimmy Howard, they're looking to repeat. They're going to be tough to beat. Kindred boys, and perhaps a game of the year versus Devils Lake last year. I think they're going to be in the mix. So it's just very interesting. A lot of these teams, a lot of talent coming back, a lot of new faces too as well. But a lot of people are looking at these teams having an opportunity at doing that. My number 2 is the Minot High girls. I want to see. I was there last year when Fricky went down. It was a tough scene, and we know what this team can be when they're healthy. We know what they're bringing to the table with Maggie Fricky, Lily Bell. Knudsen outside. Eve Knudsen, just a lethal shooter. The Shaw you talked about. Kinley Barch can shoot it. This is Coach Schwartz' last chance with this group. And he knows that. There's an urgency level to Minot and trying to get back to and get that another state title with this group and the talent that they've had. So that's something to watch. I already talked about this. My number 3, the talented girls hoops. The talented girls hoops, especially AA. We talked about Marley Falcon, Lily Bell. The list goes on. Donna Lee, and everyone. And I made a note of it. It's Century. It's something special. I'm telling you, with Kaylee Wellstead and Kinley Thornton, that's going to be something we're going to be talking about for a lot of years. The talent across the state of North Dakota at every class in girls hoop is special. Number 4, District 6, Region 3 boys. I have to talk about it. I really like Mulhall. I really do. I think Eli Unlin, first-year coach John Nilsson, I think they got something special there. I think they could be in the mix for sure. They're a preseason top 5 team. I really believe that. Our Redeemers, we know what they're about. We already talked about that. Bishop Bryan, I think, is going to be. They've got pieces coming back. They're not going anywhere. I know. Losing Walls and losing Lundin, it's hard, but they're going to make adjustments. Velvet's going to be in that mix. Velvet's got some guys back, and Coach Sandro's going to have them ready. And then you bring in Sage Hansen, who had transferred out. He's back at TGU now, the UND commit, and what he's going to bring to the table for TGU. You talked about Ray. They're in that region.
Yeah, it's
I really believe that that's another 3 teams out of that region are going to make the state tournament. I really like their odds of doing that. My fifth thing, and lastly, WDA boys. I'm interested to see kind of like that fourth spot after. You know, we talked about Century, we talked about Bismarck, we talked about Dickinson, and rightfully so.
Yep.
Who's going to kind of, you know, be that fourth team that maybe gets that berth to the state tournament? Is it Mandan? Is it a team like Mandan? A lot of scorers on that Mandan team. Mana High, you're replacing a lot. First-year coach,
Adam
Trueblood. Oakley Trueblood.
Oakley
Trueblood. Adam's a dad. Adam's a man, by the way. But you know, St. Mary's, they've got some talent. We didn't elaborate on St. Mary's, but they've got a lot of talent. And Rubidoux and Legacy, you know, Coach Horner and what they're doing. So I'm really interested to see, you know, kind of that tier. We know what Bismarck High, Century, and Dickinson, and I know they can be upset on any given night. I get it, but I'm interested to see kind of the 4 through 6 range of the WDA boys.
One thing I learned last year, you never say to Coach Darren Matter, you never say, boy, that WDA is tight. Because he'll tell you, it's tight every year. It's tight every year.
Every year.
Not just this year. Well, any last thoughts, my friend?
That's all I got.
All right.
For now. I got to call a game Saturday. I'm ready. So.
Well, we appreciate Magic City Home Leisure, Spas, etc., and AECM Construction Management and General Contracting for sponsoring the show tonight. My name is Dallas Hans alongside Bryce Gunick. We will see you live coming up in a city near you. Appreciate you joining us for our first ever PSP Primetime. Same place, same time. We'll see you next week. Thanks, everybody.